Good evening, my family. It is Thursday, and that means we are having Authentic Thursday. Today, I am actually going to be in this kitchen, and we're going to make some homemade falafels. I'm going to teach you how to do a Middle Eastern dish. Simple, basically. I'll teach you what to do with the falafels after you make them. Okay, y'all, so we need a food processor for this one. So I had already, by the power of magic, last night, because you need at least 18, no less than 18 hours to 24 hours to soak your dried chickpeas. Please do not use canned. They will not work for this recipe. So I have, the recipe calls for 1 cup of dried chickpeas, and these have been soaking overnight. So, and I am doing half the recipe just so you all know. I need, the recipe calls next for a half a large onion, roughly chopped. Everything is going in here, so it does not have to be perfect. We're just going to throw in some onions into our processor, just like so. It calls for 4 cloves of garlic. What I have, this one is about the size of 2 for what I need, so you're only going to see 1 go in there for me, but y'all, well, that's actually 2 garlics infused together on this one. I'll show you here. If I can get them pried apart, because I could see the crease down the middle. Yeah, no. That's tight. So we'll just pull it apart that way. So we got 2 pieces of garlic in here. Let's see, we need a half a cup of finely chopped fresh parsley. We don't really have to finely chop this due to the fact it is going in the food processor. So I'm just going to chop up my parsley. We do not want the stems, y'all, just the leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and roughly chop this and throw these in here as well. I'm just going to go ahead and pop in some more. We're also going to be adding some cilantro, about a 1/4 cup of fresh cilantro as well. Falafels, that green colored in your falafels is where the green is coming from. Now this is made several different ways. I'm giving you the basic Middle Eastern falafels, but there are others that are made from Egypt that add dill to theirs. They add sesames to it. Falafels have so much different structure to them. Now I'm going to add my cilantro in here. Now, when we go to chop this, you do not want this pureed. You want a nice crumble. And that's basically what we're going to do. Alright, so need to take that. Next is our seasonings. And I'm going to need a teaspoon of salt. And you can use kosher salt. That was Himalayan sea salt. I need 2 teaspoons of cumin. 1 teaspoon of coriander, I'm going to need some black pepper, just a little bit of it, about a half a teaspoon or so. And you can add cayenne to this if you want to for a heat. It's not necessary. And some people will add cayenne to it though, because they like that heat. Now I'm probably going to add just a pinch, so hang on a minute. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to add just a small bit. I'm not adding a whole lot because I don't want this super spicy. Now I'm going to need, let's see here, we need 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 4 tablespoons of flour. I am actually using fresh milled in mine. And that's it. Now we're going to take this concoction and we're going to puree this up. Now I'm going to, or not puree it, we're going to chop it up. I'm going to show you what I'm looking for in this. I'm looking for like grains of sand, and what I'm going to do, like our soil, when you turn around and have your starter soil, you get it wet, you want it to be able to sponge a little bit and hold together, but not be able to be extremely mushy. If you were to push on it, it should be able to come apart. So that's the texture that we are looking for. Now I'm not going to run this because this will be super loud on your poor ears, so I'm not going to do that to you. So I am going to come back and show you what this looks like when I'm done. Alright, so there's going to be times you're going to stop this in midpoint while it's doing its thing. And I'll show you right here. See this? We are almost there, but not quite. So we want to push down these sides. And we can go ahead and do this a little more to get all this broke down some more. Like I said, we want some fine grained sand basically. We don't want super big chunks in this. Alright, y'all, so I'm going to play with my food for just a minute here. So I'm going to take this blade out. Mine is done, so I'm going to remove this blade so I can show you what texture we're looking for. Now, it wasn't so wet when we started, and this is the reason why you don't want to turn this into mush. You do want texture to it. So what we have here is we have our falafel mix, and we can form it see if I can, because I have a falafel press. Most people don't, so I should be able to do this and form this. It's gonna go in the refrigerator to hold its form, but I should be able to hold a form like this so that I can fry. So this is what we're looking for. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this mess here, and I will show you how I am going to use my falafel press and make some falafels. Okay, y'all, so I happen to be very blessed. I have a really good friend that Mr. James and I have made with a gentleman who moved here from California, and he started a Mediterranean fast food restaurant. So I'm really fortunate that we have spent some time with him. He makes the most amazing gyros ever, and he makes falafels, and some of the lists he has the cucumber salad, he has baklava, he has the stuffed grape leaves, otherwise known as dolmas. So he has a good mess of things that are really good if we want to go out to eat. He also turned around, we were talking about falafels, and I told him that one day I'd like to get a press, and he actually, y'all, gave me my own falafel press from him. So I'm going to cherish this, and I'm going to show you how this is used. This is the point I said, that's why I showed you how to make a falafel round in forming it if you didn't have this device here. You can get these on Amazon, and I'll probably get another one because they come in different sizes, but this is a nice small one and I actually kind of like it. So I kind of want to stuff this. Hang on a second. I actually want to stuff this full. And what I do is I take my press and I pull it down, and if you watch the center, watch, it comes down. Now I am going to fill that in at the moment, actually, with my falafel mix, just like so. I'm going to press it in, round off the edges just like so, and press out my form. And there I have my perfect falafel shape. And I am going to sit here and do all of these falafels because I'm going to fry them up. Now here's some things I learned, and I just might do that, is if I didn't want to eat all these right now, I can very much form these and then put them in the freezer for about an hour, and then put them in individual put them in a bag where I can have individuals already made up. And then when I want to go to make these, all I have to do is pull them out and fry them up. So, and that's just what I might do. Or I can pre-cook them basically and go ahead and freeze them that way. Or put them in, put them in the refrigerator if I'm going to eat them within a certain amount of time. So, and I got to remember to keep holding that press down, that clip. So this is just as easy as this. I'm making my falafels, and he was absolutely right. This press makes all the difference in the world. And I have made falafels, y'all, without this press. So it is possible, and I've made some pretty good ones. Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish off my falafels, and once I get this done, I will let you know what the next step is for these. Alright, y'all, we have 14 falafels. Now, these are going in the refrigerator to sit so they can set for about an hour. Once they set after that hour, we're going to come back and fry these bad boys up. Alright, y'all, so our oil is hot enough, so now we're going to take our falafels and we're just going to put this in oil gently as we can. We're going to fry them till they're golden on both sides. So once these get golden, I'll show you how we'll just turn them over. We're going to flip them. Now you can add these to a deep fryer if you want to as well. I don't necessarily have a deep fryer, so I'm using this. I don't use deep fryers that much anyway, so I'd rather just use my old cast iron pan. I'll get it so far and then I'll flip it over so I can get even frying on both sides. Oops. So I'm going to keep doing this until these are finished. Once these are finished, we'll be back. Alright, y'all, and now they're beautifully golden brown on both sides. I'm just going to set these aside, and then once we get this done, I'm going to move everything, come back and tell you exactly how would you eat a falafel. So let me get this cleaned up. We'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to take one of these and break it open for you to show you what this falafel looks like on the inside. So that's beautiful right there. Yes, we got this. So how would we eat these? Well, you can eat them just as they are, dipped in tzatziki sauce, which is an amazing thing. Or you can actually make pita sandwiches out of these. And I am learning how to use the Mediterranean recipes in the Middle East and in the Mediterranean areas of Italy and that. I'm using their recipes with my fresh milled flour, trying to incorporate, because I know their flour is somewhat like fresh milled. So we're working on some recipes, and one of them was I was making pitas. Y'all, I've been experimenting. So you can stuff, look how beautiful this turned out. So you can stuff falafels in here, mix it with some tomatoes, some onions, and some lettuce, sprinkle it with some tahini sauce, and if you didn't want tahini sauce, well, then you could use tzatziki as well. They have enough protein in the chickpeas that it would make an amazing meatless meal for supper or even for lunch. So these can be used so many different ways, and they could be enjoyed just like they are. I'm actually fixing to make me some lamb stew for supper tonight with some orzo, and I probably will have a couple of these alongside of it. So that's it, y'all. That's how you make a falafel. It is not hard whatsoever. I will give you the full recipe in the description box below for you, and I hope you at least try this. Remember, use dried chickpeas. You cannot get this texture or this crunch from a can. I have tried it. You know, I'm the rebel, y'all. If I can get away with it, I'm going to try to get away with it. So I did try to use the can. I wanted to know, I got curious, what's the difference? Why did I always have to use the dried versus the can? Well, I will tell you. The can did not hold together. They crumbled apart, and there was no texture whatsoever. Versus the dry, where the dry had that texture and it bond with this. Don't ask me how that happens, but it happens. So soak your dry beans overnight, 18 to 24 hours. The longer the better, actually. So that's how you make a falafel. It's just as simple as that. Nobody ever uses cans. Save that cans for your hummus. Use it to dip your falafels in. Use your dried chickpeas. So, until next time, much, much love. Hope you enjoyed this authentic Thursday with me, and we will catch you again on Parton's Heritage Homestead.